The Flat Earth Fail compilations are back! Yes, that's right, I'm bringing back the most incredible compilation series the internet has ever seen. I hope you're as excited as I am. Roll the titles. Hello all and welcome along to another episode of Flat Earth Friday with me, Simon Dan. Thank you very much for joining me. Before we begin with the new Flat Earth Fail compilation videos, I wanted to talk quickly about channel memberships. There's never been a better time to become a member of Simon Dan. There are 4 membership tiers, each with their own perks to say thank you for your support. Now it starts at the beginning with the Discovery tier, where you'll get loyalty badges, custom emojis, membership posts, and early access to special videos. Then there's the Atlantis tier, where you can join our private Discord community, which is a space for us to discuss, debunk and dissect misinformation together. If you're looking for even more, the Challenger tier offers discounted merchandise and member-only polls. And at the top of the pile is the Endeavour tier, where you can get members-only videos not seen anywhere else. So if you ever want to make a difference and become a Simon Dan member, click the join button below. I'll also leave a link in the description. A big thank you to all the current members too. Wouldn't be able to do this without you. Thank you. Right, on with today's video, which as I said at the start is the return of the Flat Earth Fail compilation series. And as we ended the last one on episode 50, this one will be episode 51. Now if you don't know what this series is, the Flat Earth Fail compilations are a bunch of shorter videos which I clump all together in one video and make a big giant debunking mess. And they usually depict some sort of flat earth failure. And we start as we mean to go on, as the first video in the returning Flat Earth Fail compilation series is entitled A Flat Earth Science Textbook from a channel called Journal of Geocentric Cosmology. Away we go.
Welcome to the Flat Earth Science Textbook. This is 173 full-sized 8.5 by 11 colored pages with 10.5 size font. We're not skipping out here. The textbook has 11 units covering all you need to know about the flat earth sciences. In Unit 1, Cosmology, we take a look at both heliocentric and geocentric cosmology, along with the limitations of their modern frameworks.
I doubt then that you will expose all the limitations of the geocentric model, will you? Now I've seen some flat earth books in my time, but this one seems even more delusional.
In Unit 2, Math, we learn how to use trigonometry to determine the height of objects we cannot measure.
But if you use trigonometry to determine the height of objects, then you can measure it, can't you?
We also derive a mathematical formula for the dome firmament and use it to correctly calculate the height of the sun and moon.
A mathematical formula for the firmament? I need to see that. Damn it, he's going to make me buy it.
In Unit 3, Astronomy, we learn about space, stars, planets, meteors, the celestial sphere, eclipses, EQ mounts, and celestial navigation, all on flat Earth.
An EQ mount does not work on a flat Earth. That's a waste of a chapter then.
In Unit 4, Physics, we learn about why gravity actually makes perfect sense on a flat Earth with an infinite plane. We also take a look into optics, magnetism, learning about how compasses work, buoyancy, and the ether, learning about the difference between the rigid frameworks and the fluid frameworks of ether.
Oh wow, he's going deep with this, isn't he?
In Unit 5, Logic, we analyze the logical fallacies used by people who believe in the globe. We learn about how science is an abstraction of math and how to correctly apply the scientific method.
Is he for real? This isn't a joke, no? The logic of flat earthers.
In Unit 6, Psychology, we take a look at people who self-identify as a globe earther.
Normal functioning member of society.
Specifically, the cluster B personality disorders and the tactics to use when encountering these people. What are their motivations for denying settled science?
Oh, I don't know, perhaps to stop the spread of misinformation?
In Unit 7, Pseudoscience, we master the art of p-hacking and data dredging, along with changing definitions, manipulating graph axes, and looking into the reproducibility crisis in modern science. Is globe science just pseudoscience?
No. No, it is not.
In Unit 8, Plasma Moon Theory, we explore the hypothesis that the moon is a map of Earth. We go into the moon's creation, oceanography, the black sun, cosmic refraction, and the extra land beyond the poles, including the pole shifts.
Okay, we get the picture. It's the book version of every single nonsensical flat earth video I've ever seen. I might just have to get this and debunk the entire thing. 38 quid? No thank you. Dear oh dear, this is hilarious. Well, moving on to our next flat earth fail, we can't have one of these without CC, can we? What does he have to say today?
Alright. Oh, I got tomato plants.
Oh damn it, that's his garden update. That's my nighttime viewing. Forget that. Here's the real video.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. CC here, Chris from New York, Westchester County. Happy 4th of July to everybody out there. You know, and I hate to bring it up, but this is all they have. This stupid final experiment. You know what? I got an experiment for you guys right now.
Oh, excellent. Come on then, CC.
And you don't have to go drive anywhere or get on a boat and spend $20,000. You go outside into your backyard. Yeah, that's right. On July 8th, 4:40 p.m. here in the Eastern Standard Time. That would be the East Coast. The entire world, 99% of it, will be lit up by our sunlight.
I don't understand how they keep getting this wrong. It's not 99% of the entire world, it's 99% of its population, Chris. You know how wildly different that is?
Now, I have a problem with that.
So do I. You cannot illuminate 99% of the entire Earth.
Because if we lived on a globe that would be a round, ball like this, and the sun's coming down, how can it go around that globe?
It doesn't.
How could it do that? It's not possible. It's not possible at all. So while this celestial event happens, and actually it's happened a couple times in June. I'm sorry, guys. I did miss that, but it already did happen. But we're gonna push for the one on July 8th, on Monday. Contact your friends from the Philippines, from China, if you're in America. Contact your friends from the UK, and let's just get everything live, and let's see outside of your backyard, and look at the light in the sky.
Yep, and that would have worked. The only people who would not have seen the sun at that moment are people living in most of Australia and New Zealand, and of course the Pacific Islands. This makes up the around 1% of people who wouldn't be able to see the sun.
There's so much more to investigate. There really is. With our history and everything that's going on out there. But I'll get into it.
I'm sure you will, Chris, but for now we'll leave you people watching and move on to our third fail, which comes from Flat Out Truth. Now he's saying that the sun and the moon are the same size. Literally.
One of the first things that they tell you is that the sun is 400 times the size of the moon, which by coincidence makes the sun and the moon appear to be the same size in the sky at the same time.
Roughly the same size. It's not exact, it never has been, and it changes throughout the year.
Now, take a look here. Okay, here's the sun on a cloudy day, and you can see the size of it really good because the clouds are blocking the brightness of the sun, so it doesn't look so big and bright. Now, let's take a look at the moon on a cloudy night. You see the similarity there? They both look identical in size.
I can assure you they probably are not identical, but they are very close. Too close to discern with the naked eye.
Let's go back and look at the sun again. And like I said, you normally can't see the actual size of the sun because it's so bright. But like I said here, the clouds are blocking that brightness so you can see the size of it. Check it out. Once again, the moon. Now, to the human eye, they both appear to be the same size, right? Your natural common instinct tells you that they are both the same size. Take a look again. Like two machine cut quarters. Okay, now let's look at it from a different sky.
I don't really know what this is proving. They do appear to look similar sizes, yes.
Okay, now here's with a cell phone camera. Now we're going to zoom in on the moon. Okay, now that's as far as this cell phone will zoom in. Okay, now let's go back over here and zoom in on the sun. Okay. Now, as you see, with the same zoom on the sun and the moon, they both appear to be the same size.
This is ridiculous. Why even make this video? We all know this.
In the same sky at the same time. Okay, now let's flip to the scripture of Enoch. Now let's flip over here to chapter 72, verse 37. As he rises, so he sets and decreases not, and rests not, but runs day and night, and his light is sevenfold brighter than that of the moon. But as regards size, they are both equal.
Yep, when the Bible was written, they would have appeared much as they do now. Not a shock there, really.
Now let's flip over here to chapter 78. Okay, these are the two great luminaries. Their circumference is like the circumference of the heaven, and the size of the circumference of both is alike. Imagine that. So when you look up into the sky and your common sense and your instincts tell you that they both are the same size, it's because they are.
This woman here looks the same size as the Sphinx. Almost exactly the same size. That means they must be the same size then. Well, we move on to our final Flat Earth fail video for today then. And it comes from anti-Bolshevik Flat Earth, who apparently has some Flat Earth proof. Here we go.
For this Flat Earth proof, we're going to talk about Mount Rainier. This mountain stands at 14,411 feet tall. I am going to ask you to please remember the height at which this mountain reaches. If you were to ask Google how far away Mount Rainier could be seen from, you would get 300 miles away. That's right, it says here that you could see Mount Rainier from Corvallis, Oregon. A quick Google search would reveal that Mount Rainier is 220 miles away from Corvallis.
Oh great, it's another observation. We all know how they turn out, don't we?
Another very simple Google search would reveal that Corvallis is 235 feet in elevation. If you were to calculate the eye level of the observer in Corvallis with the distance it would take to get to Mount Rainier, you would get that Mount Rainier would be 27,083 feet beneath the curvature. But hold your phone, I thought Mount Rainier was only 14,411 feet tall. So if Mount Rainier is this tall, from this distance, this elevation, the calculations prove that Mount Rainier would not be visible. And I know, you globe people are going to say that this number up here is not right.
Well, yes, I am going to say that, and you haven't taken refraction into account either, which of course is a thing.
So let me fix that. There, that's better. I put the observer height at 1,000 feet, 765 feet above the observer, and what do you know? You still get 21,000 feet of hidden mountain. And if Mount Rainier only stands 14,411 feet tall, but would be hidden by 27,083 feet of curvature, how would it be possible to see this mountain from Corvallis? Even if I put the observer height at 4,000 feet, 220 miles, it would still be hidden by 13,546 feet. Unfortunately for the ball, the observer height would only be 226 feet at 220 miles, would make the mountain 27,083 feet behind the curve. No amount of refraction is going to fix your calculations. There is no curvature. Curvature that is supposed to exist simply does not. If the Earth does not have any curvature, well, then the Earth is flat.
Well. Let's fix this one good and proper, shall we? Now, the highest point near Corvallis, Oregon is a place called Mary's Peak, which stands at 4,097 feet in elevation. Now, if we plug all that information into a curve calculator that takes refraction into account, then you will see that only 10,466 feet should be hidden, So as you can see, it is more than possible to see Mount Rainier from Corvallis, Oregon. What a fail that was. It's always the same with these observations. They think they've got a gotcha, but they never have. Well, there we go. We're all done and dusted for the return of the Flat Earth Fail compilation, episode 51. I do hope you're glad it's back. Let me know in the comments what you thought of those fails and whether or not you're pleased to see the compilation back. But for now, we're all done. I want to say thank you for watching. It truly is appreciated. If you enjoyed it, please do consider subscribing to the channel. We're so close to the 600,000 now. And of course, if you really enjoyed it, a thumbs up would go down very well too. Thank you. Just enough time to once again remind you about becoming a member of the channel. Click the join button below and you can have a look at all the perks and a short video I made as well telling you all about it. I've been Simon Dan. Have yourselves a great day and I'll see you all tomorrow for another Saturday session where I'm geo hunting my hardest picture yet. See you then.